Hello guys, it's your boy Anomaly from Sweden, and in today's video I'm going to be taking a look at every single knife that I've ever unboxed and basically rating them and going down memory lane. Now what's very interesting is that every single knife and glove that I've ever unboxed I've actually caught on video, except for the first one. But before we get into that, this video was brought to you by Skins Monkey. They're a trading site for CSGO skins, and it's just as simple as that. It's a good way to change up your loadout easily every so often to play with some new skins. And they've got a 30% deposit bonus, and if you use the link in the description or put the code Anomaly, you get another 5% for a total 35% deposit bonus. If you're making your first trade, you can also use code Anomaly and get up to $5 for free. They've also got a freebies tab for giveaways, which you can join for free. So if you want to try them out, then please use the link in the description, and thank you Skins Monkey once again for sponsoring this video. This is the first knife I ever unboxed. It is a Bayonet Knight, well worn, and I opened this one all the way back in 2013, literally just a few days after they released the skins into CS, the Arms Deal update. And sadly, this is the only knife that I don't have on video. I'm pretty sure I opened it on Dust 2 in-game. I think it was in-game, I'm not 100% sure, but I know I first tried it out in Dust 2 in CT Spawn, and I thought, damn, that's a cool knife. This is the same knife that I actually ended up selling to Get Right in my old video. Very cool. Second knife, Karambit Stained. This, of course, I've had in a video, one of my most classic videos ever, and this was Karambit Stained Well Worn. I don't know why, but apparently I liked opening well-worn knives, and I opened this one in 2014, which is very cool. Next knife, of course, Gut Knife Safari Mesh. This video is a classic, and yeah, I got kinda sad when I opened it, because it's such a shit knife. Fourth knife, Karambit Case Harden. Now, I couldn't find the exact pattern that I opened, because I don't remember, it was so long ago, but this is also one of the crazier unboxings I had in the beginning that helped launch my YouTube career. Very nice. The fifth knife is a Karambit Blue Steel. Now, I'm very lucky to have opened so many Karambits in the beginning. This one, the one I opened was Minimal Wear, and this was quite worth a lot of money even back in the day, so very lucky to open it. Sixth knife, kind of a shit one, Flip Knife Safari Mesh, field tested. Yeah, kind of a shit knife. Back in the day, Safari Mesh was the worst knife that it could open, so I was quite angry when I got it. The seventh knife is, strangely enough, one of the best knives I've ever opened. It was a Karambit Fade, quite bad fade, as you can see, but I was very, very lucky, and this is still one of my favorite knives I've ever opened, just because it's a fade, and it's a Karambit. What more do you want? Nothing. Next one is Butterfly Knife Forest DD-Pat field tested. Very happy to have opened this one early in the breakout operation, and also very cool. I remember I even made a showcase video on it because I was so happy. Wow, so cool. Next up, a Gut Knife Fade. If I remember correctly, I opened this one on a alt account. I'm getting very nostalgia now because you can see in the video, it's me, Steffe, Linda, and Pettersson all the way back in November 2014. That's very throwback. Next up, knife number 10, an M9 Bayonet Scorched Battle Scarred. I'm pretty sure the one I opened actually is a bit better float, but yeah, I opened this one with my dad, and it's a pretty decent looking knife, I'm not gonna lie. Next up, a StatTrak Bayonet Doppler Phase 1. This is a crazy knife, and I have not opened many StatTrak knives at all in my life, so I'm very happy to have gotten a StatTrak, not only Bayonet, which is pretty good, but a Doppler. Very nice. After this one, we have the Gut Knife Tiger Tooth that I opened after the non-successful Fire Serpent trade-ups with my dad, so that was a kinda twist. A happy ending, not so happy because Gut Knife still not the best knife, but at least I got a knife. Next one I opened was an M9 Bayonet Forest DD-Pat field tested, really? And this one I opened on a new account, so maybe there is something to having luck on a new account. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just conspiracy theorist. Next one was a battle... What is this field tested? Jesus Christ, this looks shit. Next up is a field tested M9 Bayonet Ultra Violet, which is pretty cool. I like these new chroma knives that were just released that I was opening, and yeah, I mean, I could have got maybe minimal wear. It looked a little bit nicer. This looks quite trash. After After this one, we have, I think, the best or the second best knife I've ever opened. The Karambit Marble Fade. Now, doesn't look that cool from the backside, but play side is fire and ice. Now, I opened this one so long ago in 2015 that I don't know if it was the best fire and ice, fake fire and ice, 10th max, 5th max, whatever. No matter what, it's still a very rare and expensive knife that I take pride in having opened. Next one, the 16th number 15, is Karambit Doppler Phase 1. It's a pretty nice knife. I'm though sad I've opened a lot of Dopplers, but only one of them have been a gem, which is ruby or sapphire or black pearl. I've only opened a ruby. Next one, Shadow Dagger's Crimson Web Battle Scarred. I remember I was very happy, and I also kind of shit-talked Obi in the video I opened this one, because this was right when the new case, the new knife, had launched, and I opened them, and I was very happy. After this one, an M9 Bayonet Crimson Web, so I was opening a lot of Crimson Webs. As you can see, I'm not that lucky when it comes to getting factory new or minimal wear. This one was field tested, and it looks quite trash, I'm sorry to say. Next one I opened was an M9 Bayonet Doppler Phase 4, which is pretty good. At the time, it was the second best phase that you could get. Of course, Phase 2 being better, Phase 4 still being pretty expensive. I'm very happy with that one. I remember Carlson, he made fun of me because I was so lucky. Next knife I opened was a flip knife Tiger Tooth, and that's knife number 20, so quite a lot of knives being opened. And I was happy at the time because Tiger Tooth was my absolute favorite pattern at the time. I don't know why, I just really loved the way they look, and I still do. After that one, the new Operation Wildfire came, and with it came the Bowie knife, and I unboxed a Bowie knife Boreal Forest. Not the best pattern, but at least I got the new knife, right? When it was just released. Pretty cool. After that one, I unboxed a Bayonet Damascus Steel Minimal Wear, which is, once again, not the best knife, but at least it's something you can actually play with. It's not like a gut knife rust coat or something. After this one, I was very lucky. I opened a Karambit Doppler Phase 2. That's the best phase that you can get that's not a gem, and I was very happy when I unboxed this one. And nowadays, it's worth around €1,000. Then I had a gut knife Marble Fade. After that, I opened two knives in one video. One of them was the StatTrak Gut Doppler Phase 2, and the other one was Shadow Dagger's Slaughter Factory New. Then I managed to open a Flip Knife Doppler Phase 3, followed by the new Gamma cases where I got Bayonet Freehand on the first day, and on that same day I also opened a StatTrak M9 Bayonet Freehand, one of the very few StatTrak knives I've opened. Next up, a Karambit Freehand. I was very connected to the Freehand for some reason when the Gamma cases came. Not sure why, but I kinda like him. Next knife was a Bayonet Gamma Doppler Phase 2. Now, this is the best phase you can get. That's not an emerald, which is very cool. I was very happy when I opened it. Next knife was a Karambit Autotronic. I remember the thumbnail for this one. I really liked it. The knife after that one was a Gut Knife Lore Field Tested. Then they released gloves, and the first gloves I unboxed were Specialist Emerald Web Field Tested, followed by Hand Wraps Leather. Not the best gloves, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, at the time I thought hand wraps were cool at least, so that's good. Next knife I opened was a Gut Knife Doppler Phase 3, followed by a Flip Knife Damascus and a Flip Knife Doppler Phase 2, and all of these three ones were in the same video. Next I got the Karambit Brightwater Factory New, then one of my craziest knives ever, a StatTrak Butterfly Tiger Tooth. That's also knife number 40, and at the time Butterfly Tiger Tooth was my favorite knife. I even say it in the video, and then I ended up opening a StatTrak one. Insanely lucky. Then I opened up Shadow Dagger's Marble Fade, which are pretty shit, I'm gonna say it. Next knife, a StatTrak Butterfly Doppler Phase 1. Insanely lucky. Not only to get two StatTrak butterflies almost back to back, but also that they are both very good, Tiger Tooth and Doppler. Then I opened another Karambit Autotronic. This was the first dupe knife I ever opened, meaning two of the same knife. Next one, a Butterfly Damascus. For some reason, I really enjoyed opening butterfly knives back in the day. No idea why, but I can't complain. Next knife was a Huntsman Doppler Phase 3. After that, I got StatTrak Shadow Dagger's Doppler Phase 2. These are pretty good. And after this, I actually opened the best knife I've ever opened, I think. Either this one or the Fire and Ice. It's the M9 Bayonet Lore Factory New. I listed this one in the video of my best unboxes ever, and it's worth something like €2,500. euro. It's crazy. After this one, I got a Bayonet Slaughter minimal wear, followed by Driver Gloves Overtake. These are some of the worst gloves I've ever unboxed. Next pair of gloves were the Hand Wraps Cobalt Skulls. I opened back-to-back gloves, so I guess there must have been a new glove case released or something. Next knife is quite famous. It's the Talon Doppler Phase 4, where me and Shroud were trolling each other on the Steam market, which was really fun. After that one, I got a Navaja Ultraviolet field tested, really poo, followed by a Ursus Ultraviolet, 2 ultraviolets back-to-back, pretty cool. Next one was a Navaja Tiger Tooth, so some really shit knives being unboxed. After that one, we have a classic knife Safari Mesh field tested, which isn't the best classic knife, I'm not gonna lie, but in that same video, I also unboxed a classic knife Fade with Victor. We were both here in Malta opening cases, and not only that, we actually ended up opening, yes, another classic knife Fade in the same video. So 1 Safari Mesh and 2 Fades in the same video, 3 knives within, I don't know, 200, 300, 400 cases. That's insane. Then we had the survival knife Scorched. I don't even remember opening this knife because it's poo. After that, me and my dad opened up a flip knife Tiger Tooth in a drunk case opening video. After that, we also opened up Sport Gloves Amphibious field tested in a drunk case opening. And after that, we got a Ceramic Doppler Phase 3 and a flip knife Doppler Phase 3 in the same drunk case opening. There were a lot of drunk case openings being made in that time frame, which is interesting. After that one, I got the Ursus Marble Fade, followed by a Falcon Forest DD-Pat, which looks horrendous. Then me and my dad made another drunk case opening video where we got a flip knife Marble Fade, which is pretty cool. Knife number 66 was a vanilla skeleton knife, followed by some Moto Gloves Third Company, which don't look good. I also got Broken Fang Needle Point, which are better. And after that, Moto Gloves Blood Pressure, and all of these were from the new glove case that was just released at the time. Then me and some YouTuber friends made a case battle where I opened up a Stiletto Rust Coat and also a Stiletto Ultraviolet. Sadly, I lost both 2 of those to Jesus. After that one, I was extremely lucky. I opened 4 pair of gloves in one video, starting with the Lieutenant Commander Battle Scarred, followed by another pair of Moto Third Company field tested. Then I got Sport Gloves Big Game Battle Scarred, and the final gloves of that video was another pair of Specialist Gloves Lieutenant Commander in minimal wear condition. Never mind, they were field tested, sorry. Next pair of knives, Shadow Daggers Tiger Tooth and a Falcon Tiger Tooth. Next up, I did the 24-hour case opening video where I opened 12 knives in one video. The first one was Paracord Urban Minimal Wear, followed by a Paracord Blue Steel field tested and a Gut Knife Crimson Web field tested. In that same video, I also got a StatTrak Bayonet Vanilla and one of the craziest knives I've ever unboxed, the Stiletto Ruby. Insane knife, worth well over 2,000 euro. I also opened 1 pair of gloves in that video, being Hand Wraps Arboreal. Next knife was a Gut Knife Lore, followed by an M9 Black Laminate field tested and a Butterfly Knife Ultraviolet, which is pretty cool. I also got an M9 Doppler Phase 1 and a Gut Knife Marble Fade, and the final knife I opened in the 24-hour case opening was a Falcon Ultraviolet. So all of those 12 knives were from one video. That's stupid. Then when I was on vacation in Canada, I opened a Huntsman Brightwater Factory New from the new Riptide operation in my hotel room. Next knife was crazy, a Butterfly Knife Autotronic, which is very expensive. In that same video, I also opened up a Bowie Freehand, but that's easily shadowed by the Butterfly Autotronic. Next knife I opened was a Huntsman Lore Factory New and a Falcon Lore Minimal Wear in the same video, and I opened this one on Insertion 2. This was followed by another Falcon, this time Black Laminate. Next video was another Huntsman Lore Factory New, which is absurd. Next knife, another Falcon, this time Freehand. The knife after that was a Butterfly Black Laminate, also very expensive. And knife number 99 was a Falcon Autotronic field tested. And the drum roll, knife number 100, only a Paracord Blue Gem. I would have hoped it would have been something crazy, but it wasn't. Next knife, kinda poo, a Nomad Forest DD-Pat, and I opened this one in a case battle versus hikes. In that same video, I also opened opened a Nomad Boreal Forest. So 2 nomads, both are the forest pattern. Kind of a coincidence. Next up, some Needlepoint Broken Fang. And in that same video, I also opened up Specialist Gloves Field Agent. I remember I did this video when Alex was visiting me here in Malta on vacation. The knife after that was a Bowie Autotronic. Then I got some Moto Smokeout, which in my opinion are pretty solid gloves. Next up was a very interesting knife, Bowie Gamma Doppler Phase 2. So close to getting an emerald, but of course, you know me, I'm never gonna get it. Haha. Next knife is definitely the one I've gotten the most repeats of, another Huntsman lore, this time field tested in my pretty recent video opening cases on a new account. My second to last knife was a Flip Knife Boreal Forest, and the most recent glove or knife that I opened was on this channel in my selling my knife for glove video, where I got Hand Wraps Desert Smar, which are poo gloves. So that's it. That's every single knife and glove that I've ever opened since the beginning of CSGO in 2013. That's 110 knives total, and the year I was the luckiest, or perhaps the year I just opened the most cases in, was 2021, where I opened a grand total of 27 rare special items. So I hope you enjoy this trip down memory lane, and also me remembering all the knives that I opened. It took me quite a while to go through every single video and see which ones I've opened, and this video of course doesn't include things like case battles where my friends open knives, or that video where Linda opened one case and got a pair of Omega gloves. But yeah, that's a pretty cool list, 110 knives total, and thank you guys for watching. Now I'm going to go wish myself luck and hope that I have the same luck that I had in 2021 in 2023. Yeah, yeet.